Hey guys, Connie Yui here, and yes, it's another Storytime video! Since I got a lot of compliments on my first one, I think I'll start doing these along with animation memes from now on. And last time I asked you guys what I should talk about next, and most of the votes I got were about how I met my Fandom sisters, so I'm gonna talk about that. So fair warning, this video is gonna be a bit long, but this is what y'all wanted, so don't blame me. Anyways, let's get started! In case you guys are wondering what a Fandom sibling is, it's when you're close friends with someone in the same fandom as you to the point where you're actually family. And I have a bunch of Fandom siblings, but today, I'm going to talk about two gals that mean the world to me. Pastel Pros and Season the Wiccan. It all started about 5 years ago, and I was 15 years old when I first joined the fandom, and went by the name Rose Quartz. We don't talk about those days. Though I was still in the closet about liking My Little Pony, that and being gay, and around that time I was still living with my dad and my evil ex-stepmother Cindy. Cindy already had problems with me watching Adventure Time, so she found out I was into a show about cute talking ponies for little girls. That would make things worse. So I kept my love for the show under wraps by just watching new episodes when they came out and reading fanfics. And one thing I love in the MLP fandom is Next Gen. In case you're unaware what that is, it's when you make a hypothetical chat between the characters. And there are a lot of good artists like Kiana Mai, back when she used to be called Kilala97, Lapodity, and Kindheart525. But one day, my mind got curious, so I decided to look up next-gen fanfics. And one of the first things that popped up was Instant Mom by Brushstroke, who will be later known as Season the Wiccan. The story is about how Rainbow Dash adopts a blind Pegasus filly named Cumulus and watches her grow up. It's a good read, and I highly recommend you check it out and look into her other stories. Tell her Yui sent you. Anyways, I remember in one of the author's notes, Brush mentioned that she was often struggling with ADHD, and I messaged her on FimFiction saying, "Hey, I like your story. I know what you're going through. I have ADHD too." Alright, note, I'm not actually sure if I do have ADHD, but Cindy said I did, but I never got tested, so yeah. Anyways, Brush messaged me back and we started talking about our struggles of coming out of the brony closet and our love for ponies. Pretty soon, Brush started working on her Instant Mom audio drama, which is now cancelled, and I wanted to be in it, so I auditioned for all the girl parts. I only got Nurse Redheart, but damn it, I would have been a good Nurse Redheart. She added me to her Skype group, and this is where I got to know her, like how her favorite Disney movie is Beauty and the Beast, one of her fave bands is Skillet, and that she loved bears. A lot. I even got her into anime, mostly Angel Beats though. We also shared a lot of inside jokes. Yeah, see this? Only Season will get it. And now let's talk about my other sister, Pastel Pros. I met her the same way I met Season, through next-gen fanfiction. The story that led me to Pastel was Daughter of the Night, which is about Moonbeam, who is the daughter of Luna, as she struggles to learn about her powers and who her father really is. I also recommend reading that along with her other story, Element of Acceptance. So, because I was such a huge fan of Pastel's stuff, I asked if I could make her some art of her characters, and she said yes. And they looked like crap, so I don't have the original versions, but I made some updated versions of them. Check them out in the link below. Anyways, pretty soon we got each other's Skypes and we started to talk and get to know each other more. I learned that we both love Pokemon and anime, and that Pastel was really tough, and I looked up to her for that. A little bit later, I noticed that Pastel commented on Brush's fanfic, and my brain did some thinking. Pastel plus Rose plus Brush equals eternal happiness! So I asked Brush if I could add Pastel to the group, and she said yes. And then the three of us became the three amigos, and it was magical! We talked about our fave MLP ships and argued over which pony is best pony, and spoiler alert, it's Fluttershy! Fight me, scrubs! We even had anime watching nights together, which we need to do again! Hint, hint! And pretty soon, I randomly told the both of them that they were like sisters to me. And they felt the same way. And then we went from being the three amigos to the three best sisters that anyone could have. But it didn't come without its troubles. Like every friendship, we often fight a lot. Sometimes the fight will be between Pastel and Brush, Brush and me, Pastel and me, and sometimes all of us. But some of these arguments would make me scared that it would end our friendship. Usually they don't, but I had a few scares. Like when I was 17 and I tried to get into analysis videos because I was obsessed with being famous. And it took Pastel hitting me over the head with reality to tell me that, hey, stop it, this is not you. And because of that, I gave it the name Rose Quartz and quit the brony fandom. For now. But then I gave myself the name Yui after my favorite character from Angel Beats. Another fight we had was a big one. I don't really remember what it was about, but it caused Pastel and Brush to stop being friends. I was scared of being abandoned by both of them if I didn't pick a side, so I went with Pastel's, which is one of the biggest mistakes of my life. I should have just stayed neutral and tried to work things out with them. It wouldn't be until a few months later that Pastel and I decided to make amends with Brush, who has evolved into Season the Wiccan. She does spells and shit. And the three best sisters that anyone could have were back! And we were still strong despite me not being in the brony fandom. And we helped each other a lot during our dark times. Like when my dad died, Season donated some money to help with funeral expenses. And how Pastel helped Season break up with her annoying ex-boyfriend. And how Season and I both sent Pastel Christmas presents even though she kept telling us not to do it, but we still did it anyways. They also made me realize that I should focus on the content I want to release, not what others want. If that doesn't save family, I don't know what does. I was even able to go to BronyCon with them, which made me rejoin the Brony fandom because, well, I forgot how great this fandom was. And I made myself a new pony stoner named Kana, who is totally not heavily inspired by Kana from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. What are you guys talking about? So after 5 years, the three of us are still strong and hoping to keep ourselves going for many futures to come. And that's how we became not only fandom sisters, but actual sisters. Yeah, the story was a bit long and kind of dragged, but I didn't just want to talk about how we met. I wanted to talk about how close our relationship is with each other, and I wanted to let them know how much I love and appreciate them. So Season, Pastel, you're both gay! Bye! Just kidding, I love you both, bye.